Hi, everybody. Bryan Norcross here with your Tuesday afternoon tropical update. We're watching Potential Tropical Cyclone 9, it's called. Potential, meaning it's not yet a tropical storm, even though it has tropical storm force winds. National Hurricane Center wants to issue tropical storm warnings for it. In order to do that, they have to have some kind of designation, and Potential Tropical Cyclone 9 is it. If it does indeed get an organized center so that it becomes an official tropical storm, it'll be Tropical Storm Isaias. That's the name. Isaias is the next name in line, and it is heading in the direction of the northern Leeward Islands and Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands and the Dominican Republic, so tropical storm warnings have been posted for those areas. All right, let's take a look at it on the satellite. The hurricane hunters are still out there looking around. They have been searching for some kind of an organized rotation, and they have not found it. They've been looking up in this area up in here. Now, you might say, wait a minute, isn't that rotating down in there? The answer is yes, it's rotating, but that's not rotating down at the surface. In order to get a tropical system, you have to have a rotation down at the surface of the ocean. And this thing so far has been this big kind of oval kind of circulation. Normally what happens is those ovals eventually kind of rotate around and become vertical, and the northern part of the oval is where normally a circular circulation breaks off that can then consolidate. So the hurricane hunters have been searching up in this area up in here, but have not found anything organized. And the expectation is that overnight tonight, when the atmosphere gets colder and you have a bigger contrast with the ocean, that things might consolidate, thunderstorms might get bigger, and we might get a rotation to develop. That's the expectation, but we'll see. As of now, it's just kind of a big blob. So all the forecasts that you see for it now are really not reliable. You would have to think of them as having much bigger than normal errors. All right, here's the way the forecast looks. Because it's a potential tropical cyclone, there is a National Hurricane Center cone, and if you notice here, the cone comes directly over Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, and these are both mountainous islands. So if the circulation does come together, which it hasn't yet, and it does track up the cone, then it's going to run into the mountains of Puerto Rico and perhaps the 14,000-foot mountains in the Dominican Republic. If it were to stay just a little bit this way, it might miss those, and that would generally mean, it'll stay to the right of the cone if it's stronger, stay to the left of the cone if it's weaker. That's what the models are indicating in terms of the future forecast. Going up the cone, and as it gets to Florida, you see, of course, because we're talking 5 days out, we're talking about a range of possibilities for the center. The Hurricane Center is forecasting kind of a low-end tropical storm at the time that it gets to the state, maybe in the 50 or 60 mile an hour range. But this is just hugely uncertain because there are so many factors besides the mountains. Look how dry the air is out in here. This, as you know, it's very dusty outside here in South Florida. There's plenty of dust in the air, and not to mention that we have got a little disturbance off to the west that's going to put some unfavorable upper level winds over top of it when it gets in the vicinity of Florida or up here in the Bahamas. So that combination of things is why the National Hurricane Center isn't forecasting it to get very strong. Although, again, since it's so uncertain, we got to be ready for the possibility of it being stronger. Good thing is we have several days to watch it, and the more certain thing is that squally, gusty weather is coming to the islands. All right, let's take a look at the models. These are the computer forecast models, remembering that we do not get a spaghetti plot for the European model. So instead of the line, we have to use our imagination and draw a line through those X's. So you see the European model keeps the system down over the mountains, islands, and keeps it weak. The ones that make it a little bit stronger kind of turn it to the north up in here. And some even turn to the north even well out in here. So a lot of possibilities because of this extreme uncertainty on where the center is and how strong it's going to be. As I said, good news is that it doesn't look like it's going to intensify quickly. It is going to bring bad weather to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the Northern Caribbean islands, and we have plenty of time to watch it here. here's the dust when you add it to that, just to add in all the uncertainty, because as the system moves kind of in this direction, there's confidence that it's going to move up toward the Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands area. But look, it's embedded in all this dust, which is just going to probably, thinking is, keep the system from getting very strong, whatever shape it's in, whether it's a tropical storm or it's still some kind of a potential tropical system as it is right now. So that's your Tuesday afternoon update. Look on local10.com for an update in the morning, and you can also sign up and subscribe to that so it'll show up in your inbox. And of course, we'll keep you up to date on Local 10 or here on local10.com. Have a good day.